Good morning. This is going to be the Cancer reading. If you haven't noticed, I have added more videos. I'm going to be doing the four elements, water signs, air, fire. I did fire yesterday, and earth signs, runes readings. So I should have the water signs runes reading up this evening. So do check for that. So you should have two videos to watch today. And I was able to do two twin flame videos this week if you follow my twin flame videos as well. Just because I've had so much significant progress and have shifted so profoundly and have had so much more clarity and understanding of the journey that I am on, that I was divinely guided to do a second video this week. I did want to say that I am doing the personal readings differently now. I'm doing video reading that, it's very interactive. You can talk to me and I can talk to you and get a sense for your energy and whatever might come up that might be blocking you and let you know what you need to work on. I have been able to really describe the cards better. I feel like I'm really more in tune now. So I'm really anxious to get started on your reading. And I will include in the description of the video my PayPal and my Cash App information in case you want to make an energy donation or in case you want to pay for a personal reading. So the first card that we have is the Three of Wands. And basically the energy that I get with this card is, see how he's looking at his clock? There is a waiting energy, and that was the first thing that I picked up on with this card was that, sorry, my hands hurt. I've had a lot of body pain lately because of ascension, a lot of physical symptoms, so I'm going to lay the cards down. There's a lot of waiting energy with this, waiting for something to happen. It's like that. I'm getting two different things. I'm getting either you're kind of waiting to see if something's going to go wrong because you feel like something always does. And so it's that energy of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Or feeling like you are not complete and whole on your own and you need something or somebody to come in to complete you. Either way, this is your thinking. This is what I call stinking thinking. And these are stories that you're telling yourself that you need to change. And you need to change these by telling yourself that you are enough on your own, first of all. And start saying positive affirmations. I am enough. I am love. I am loved. I attract love. The universe always supports me. The universe always has my back. I'm divinely protected, divinely guided. I have no problems. Everything's perfect. So start by telling yourself these things every day to really imprint upon your subconscious. And that is how you change the stories. Start telling yourself new stories. Because with this waiting energy, this is coming from a place of lack. This is to say that you don't have something. You either don't have something or you're in that victim mentality of, I'm always the victim, shit always goes wrong. And, I was divinely guided to really recognize that. Because I know sometimes when I'm not feeling good, I get kind of needy and I want attention. I want people to be like, oh, I'm so sorry you feel bad. Because literally, like, I have nobody but myself. So I'm on social media a lot because, like, I literally have nobody but myself. And that's the only place that I really socialize, because I really don't work outside the home. I work for myself. And, I do get out and, mingle with people sometimes. But I've been very introverted lately at the same time. But when people do that, or even if, have you ever known somebody who's, like, always sick? Something's always wrong with them? This is attention seeking. I'm not taking away from the fact that that person might really legitimately be sick. But it is an attention seeking energy. And so that's a lot of what I'm getting with this too, is make sure you check your intentions and make sure that you're just not in that attention seeking energy where you need somebody else to make you feel good. To clarify that card, we have ocean, ebb and flow. And, you know, of course, you know, the energy that I'm getting with this card is to go with the flow. To always go with the flow. Stop trying to force things. Stop trying to make things happen. Stop trying to sit up and worry about when it's going to happen. And stop trying to control the outcome. Because whatever it is that you're trying to control might not even be for you. And the way that you know if something's for you is you send it out. You let it go. Let it go away from you. And if it comes back, it's for you. And if not, then it's not for you. This time and this space is actually a gift from your soul. To really help you face your fears of loss. And because those fears of loss can really cause havoc on your life, because you find yourself settling for a lot of situations that you would not have settled for out of that desperate need to have somebody else there with you. And I have said it before over and over again, there are worse things than being alone. Sometimes being alone can be a beautiful thing. I spend, you know, most of my time alone, but I have so much peace. And anybody that I would have in my home would have to be able to maintain my sense of peace. Because if they took away from my peace, they would have to go, or I would not have them here to begin with, because my peace is the number one most important thing to me. And that's the energy you need to get in, and that's what I'm getting from this card. We have the Fool. Now, the Fool starts off, you know, the Fool is like the first card of the tarot deck. Because he starts off, and he's the one that has all these adventures to learn about love, to learn about life. And so this is all about new beginnings. So do start fresh, do start new, and start with a bright new perspective, a positive point of view, open-heartedness and vulnerability. What is her name? I think her name is Brene Brown. And she writes, she does a lot of TED Talks about vulnerability. And I know when I had first started off on my twin flame journey, those had really helped me a lot to really become more vulnerable and to get into this full energy of really trusting that the universe has my back, and that I was going to attract positive situations into my life because I deserve them. And that's the energy that I'm getting from that card that you need to be in also. I have these this self-compassion deck that I got, and these are not tarot or oracle cards, but I did get these because I wanted to incorporate some of these affirmations and these self-compassion exercises, because I thought it would be really helpful, you know, with my readings. And make yourself comfortable. Check in with your body. Ask if it needs anything to feel more comfortable. To stretch, walk, relax, breathe. Give yourself permission to enjoy whatever action you take. So basically what I'm getting with this is to really listen to your body. I know I used to be a terrible workaholic, and I still have those tendencies. But now I'm more likely to take a nap. I'm more likely to take a day off and just stay at home and rest. I know I've been at home resting all week since Sunday. I gave myself permission to do that. So really be kind to yourself. And the message that's coming up is the money's going to be there. Find that balance between taking care of your physical needs and making money, because money is energy, and we can generate money whenever we want to by our intentions and our focus. You got to get to the point that you realize that. And once you realize that, you'll be able to take a day off. You'll be able to take a vacation, because you will know that you don't have to work as hard as what you've been working, because you are being divinely guided. We have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is a physical energy. And basically what I'm getting with this is what I was talking about a minute ago about being able to generate more money. All you have to do to generate money is, it's so easy, you just would not believe it. And it can come to you in different ways. Like, it can come to you in like a direct deposit. Sometimes I'll go to pay a bill and it'll be less than I expected. Or sometimes I'll go to, where I keep my cash at, and there'll be more in there than I expected to have. Or, sometimes I'll go out with sales in my business and people will just start. I know the other day people would have like $6, $7 worth of stuff and they'd give me a 20, be like, here, just keep the change. I had like 4 or 5 people do me like that. And I was like, wow. So things like that. And saving money is the same as earning money. So if you're able to save money too, sometimes you're gifted with something that you need. That happens to me all the time. So do pay attention to that and be grateful for the little things. I had said something on Facebook the other day about my bank is the bank of the universe, and it makes direct deposits 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and it does. You don't have to wait on it. Sometimes you just go to your bank account and it'll just be extra money there. This happens all the time. So once you learn how to focus on what you want instead of what you need, stop telling yourself that whatever it is that you need, that you don't have it. Because I do feel very strongly with this card that you have lots of good things coming to you. And I feel like it's going to be opportunities in the way of new employment. Maybe you've been waiting to hear back from an interview, and I do feel like that is going to happen. Maybe you've been waiting on some money. I know I was waiting on a lump sum for a while, and I finally got it, and I finally had to surrender to it and be like, look, when it gets here, it gets here. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And that's the energy you have to get into. You have to stop being so desperate and stop begging the universe for things. You have to just automatically know that this is what you deserve and that it's coming, and not be fearful about it and not be in a place of insecurities is the message that's coming in. Because this is so funny because we have the expectation card, and look down here. We have 2 expectation cards. Like, I literally cannot make this up, and they definitely go together, synchronicities. So basically the energy that I'm getting, because those 2 expectation cards do clarify this, is that if you are trying to manifest something into your life, and I feel like it has to do with money, stop expecting it to look a certain way. Like, for example, like if you're sitting around, let's say you're trying to manifest $1,000. Stop checking your bank account all the time, because you know what? It might come to you in a different way. You might get a check in the mail. And so with this being said, when you see it or you have the expectation of what you think it should look like because of your mini control freak, and that had kind of came out over here, you limit the universe to just that one outcome. Or let's say you're waiting to hear back from, let's say you filled out like 3 applications and you're waiting to, there was one of them you really kind of preferred and you're like, this is the one that I want. And so you kind of have, your heart set on that one, but maybe one of the other 2 jobs are more suited for you, and your soul, which is part of the universe, knows this. And so release the expectations that you have so that the universe can work the magic for you, and trust your soul, because your soul is part of a huge patchwork quilt that makes up the universe. But the good news is I do feel like you have moved out of a lot of the love toxicity, and I would say love, it wasn't love, but the toxicity and the codependency relationships and connections that you had going on. I do feel like you are moving out of that, and you are starting a fresh new chapter of which you're going to have a great new job, great new beginnings. I feel that very strongly because we have the Ten of Pentacles. And so I feel like now is the time of rest for you. Kind of rest and rejuvenation because you're going to be starting a new job soon. I know I was a battered woman for a couple of years in my 20s. And I don't think that there's ever been anything quite as hard as that was. And I know I had stayed in quite a few women's shelters with my young children. And at one point, they had gotten me a place and gotten me a job. And it was a fresh start. And so there was a moment of pause, where I got to kind of spend, 3 or 4 days, maybe a week with my kids and really kind of regroup and kind of heal a little bit from everything that happened. And before that new beginning, before that fresh start. So this is the energy that I'm getting with this, is that great new things are coming to you. So if you are kind of at a standstill right now, use it as a time to rest and kind of rejuvenate. Recharge your battery. To clarify that card, we have, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself I am loved and miracles are natural. And so I feel like this has to go with these two expectations cards. Trust the universe. Surrender. Sometimes when your back is against the wall and you can't figure out how it's going to work out, surrender the outcome and ask for the highest possible outcome. Ask for divine selection. Ask for everything to work itself out and to be for your highest good. And trust that it will. And trust that your soul knows what's best for you. It's beautiful. And I do feel like miracles are coming. Maybe this is a situation where, like I had said before, that energy that I was picking up on where you feel like, maybe things are too good to be true right now. What's going to go wrong? Clear that shit. Because what you prepare for is what you are manifesting. And if you are preparing for a disaster, for something to go wrong, guess what's going to happen? Trust and have faith and ebb and flow. Go with the flow right now. We have the Magician card. And the Magician is all about manifesting good things into your life. Now understand, I say good, and anybody who watches my videos knows that I try not to judge situations as good or bad, because even if it's, these situations that you're coming out of, they still were being divinely guided and you still were protected, and they still are going to lead you to a better place. They help prepare you, make you stronger, make you braver, make you wiser. Just think of how much wisdom you gained from everything you've been through. So stop judging it. And do try to really be mindful of your thoughts and mindful of your stories, because you are creating all the time. And you're manifesting amazing things into your life right now. This brand new beginning that's coming in. It's beautiful. Possibly somebody's getting a new place. I feel that very strongly. A new place, a new job, new beginnings. To clarify, that Magician card is the broomstick, clearance. And so with this clearance, the energy that I'm getting is this is like the green light. This is like being at a green light, or like having enough room, like, when you're driving and you have to look and see if you have enough clearance, enough room to get through. Well, you know what? Everything is fitting together perfectly, and you have plenty of room. Everything's being divinely guided. You have the green light, and there are no problems. So start telling yourself the affirmation daily. I have no problems. Everything is as it should be. And that is a beautiful energy. I'm going to be getting some affirmation cards really soon. But let this be one of the stories that you tell yourself, that everything is perfect right now and I have no problems. I have clearance from the universe to proceed. And I am attracting, creating mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself I am loved and miracles are natural. Lots of miracles. It's a beautiful energy. Ten of Cups. And so not only do you have the Ten of Pentacles, to where that whole cycle has completed and you have a brand new beginning, but you have a new beginning in love coming in. And I do feel very strongly that this pause that you're in right now is so that you can learn to love yourself more. And once you learn to love yourself more and you know what you deserve, and that could be the expectations too, you know, because there are a certain amount of expectations that you have to have as far as expectations about how people treat you. And it has to do with having boundaries. So that could be some of those storks as well. Knowing what you deserve so that you can align to it. And this actually is the perfect energy to be in order to attract higher vibrational connections into your life. Because to clarify that card, we have passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. And this is what I was saying about once you clear that codependency and those fears and you become fearless and you stop fearing losing people, losing situations, and you stop staying in situations that no longer serve you. As soon as something is like not right, you're like, nope, I'm out of here. You know, really having that inner voice now that is leading you and guiding you, and that is your own soul letting you know, no, that's not for you. No, this isn't for you. But more important than that, listen to your intuition, because if something doesn't feel right, then that's how you know. That is your inner warning, your inner voice, your inner intuition letting you know to walk away from it. It's not for you. And you'll get to the point when you connect to that voice enough that it will automatically, your soul will automatically push people out of the way or magnetize people magnetize people to you. And that's this magnetic and seductive quality. That is your own soul magnetizing people that are for you in and pushing people who are not out. And so stop resisting it. Stop resisting it and go with the flow, because not everybody or not every situation is for you. That is the message that I'm getting with this card here. So we have the storks. That's crazy. We had two of them. We have the anchor. Okay, and I don't always read this, but I'm being guided to read the first part. It says the anchor denotes successful adventures in business and love. And also, you notice this 2 and this 8 is another 10. So you have a lot of 10s in this reading, and 10s are all about completion. So you have completed several cycles, and you're ready to move into new cycles. And you have to be prepared with this ebb and flow to be able to pull up this anchor and leave if you need to. Maybe you're being guided to take a job out of town, or uproot wherever you are. I mean, that message is coming through for somebody too. And you are getting the green light and the clearance on that right now. That is all right to do. And then with this broomstick, I also am sensing travel. So somebody's getting ready to travel. Possibly, like I said, pulling up roots and taking a new job offer out of town. So if you've been waiting to hear back from, maybe you're buying a house out of town or you're moving out of town, that fresh start involves moving away. I know when I was in the battered women's shelter, I got relocated. And, I really feel very strongly like this new beginning for a lot of people has to do with travel. All right, let me go ahead and read this postcard oracle card. Dearest you, we're gathering our magic together. It's another magic. To help you celebrate your new beginning. I promise I have not read this card. This is crazy. This is why I turn them over, because I love when this happens. It's so magical. Let me start over. I got excited. Dearest you, we're gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering into any new relationship. It's okay to admit that you really don't know what to expect. What you can know is that it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we're excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. Wow. So the expectations also has to do with not knowing what to expect, but knowing that miracles are coming and trusting and believing. That is beautiful. What an amazing reading. This is my favorite reading I've done all week. Well, Cancer, like I said, if you would like to have a personal paid reading or make an energy donation on my channel, I will include that information in the description of the video. And do check back later on because I should have the water signs, runes reading up for you as well. Thank you for watching.